Hi everyone. I am Paolina of the Afro Anime Initiative. You can see me again consecutively. I'm reviewing episode 5 now, Carol and Tuesday, and this episode is called Every Breath You Take by the Police. Minus the by the police part, but you guys all know about this song. It's a great classic, and it's really creepy for reasons I will reveal a little bit. In this episode, so they just our lovely crew decide to forget that the whole music video thing ever happened because that whole scam, and just the video was just like the video was terrible, just terrible, and they're like no, and then they find out it's a scam. They just ship him back for the refund. So, I mean, trial and error. It is what it is. And so in this episode, they take on the grassroots approach. Yes. Well, again, another suggestion by Gus. Of course, the girls are not too enthusiastic about it, but he's trying. He's trying, girls. He's trying. So in this is where I kind of have my criticisms about how this show has gone so far in terms of these two girls, trying to make it big and just play their music. My thing is, I mean, I understand the hesitation in going the route of why don't they start off doing grassroots stuff in the first place? Because when Gus makes that suggestion, again, he's always thinking big, and he knows someone who is the president of like music festival organizing music festivals, and they used to be in the same band together, so he has that connection. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna get in contact with this guy and see if he can get you in for, let's say, amateur performance, for on the amateur stage. Problem with that is they're not even amateurs. They've never performed before. They've never even been in a live house. They've never, Carol's only experience is performing on the bridge, and when you're performing in public on the street or in the subway, you'll be lucky if at least a couple people pause to listen to you. Other than that, people just walk by. They hear you, but it's like, okay, nice, and not even. And they just continue on with their day or evening. So Gus does hit a bit of a snag in terms of that because, his friend, his name is Hoffner, is like, yeah, no, I'm not. Time is money, dude. I'm not doing this. And promptly has Gus kicked out, which is pretty trashy of him, to be honest. But time is money. On Roddy's end, he reaches out to a friend of his who owns a live house, one of the very few left in the city. And he talks to her. Well, they kind of again reconnect because she hasn't heard from him in a long time. And he kind of has a request to allow Carol and Tuesday to perform, and she's like, "Why? I've never heard of them. I can't." Like, he even tries to play music, the video that he recorded of them a couple episodes back, and she's like, "I can't hear them. I don't know who they are. What makes you think I'm going to take that risk? Like, what do you hear?" Of course, Roddy tells her that he doesn't hear him. He, it feels him here in his heart. Number one fan. It's adorable. And of course, she is like, her name's Beth, by the way. Sorry, I'm terrible at introducing newer characters, but she's like, well, I don't know if I can make that judgment, but apparently you think that they're great enough to be on my stage, so fine, but they can only do one song. And he's like, that is good enough. So he books them a gig, a one-song gig. It's not much, but it's something. It's a good start. And in the meantime, you have Spencer, Tuesday's older brother, on the train to finding her. And he looks around, he goes to the neighborhood that the girls are staying in, and he asks the old Chinese guy who always sits in the front, doesn't say a word, and he asks him, if he's seen his little sister Tuesday, and he tells him that she ran away from home and he wants to bring her home, blah blah blah. Guy says no, which I'm like, he knows what's up. It's not his business. Even though it can be a bit problematic in case, what if Tuesday's in trouble. But I don't know. I think it's just one of those, okay, he knows what's up. He's it's not his business. He's not going to get her in trouble or anything of the sort. And again, at the same time, then we go to Angela, Dahlia, her mom, and Tao. And this time, Dahlia is in their office, workstation. I'm not sure what it is. It's just Tao's workspace. And Dahlia's like, I'm not sure what's going on. Angela told me what you've been doing, and I've done some digging. She kind of brings up that he was a neuroscientist, excuse me. And he, did work with brainwashing. So she, shows concern. She shows concern on, is this what you're doing with my daughter? I just want to know. I'm not accusing you of anything, but I'm a little worried. And of course, Tao counters with, well, I did my own research and I heard that, I learned that okay, so the word that is used in the translation is hermaphrodite. Now, I know that is an outdated term, so I'm not the one, it's not me. It's literally the show, or at least the translation that I saw. And to us, or to anybody who pays attention, she's considered trans. Now, the reason why she is the way she is because of the environment, which is really interesting. Like the environment of Mars compared to Earth, you have characters that undergo a physical change, and they kind of exhibit both sex characteristics, and biologically speaking. So it's really interesting how Tao brings that up and says, yeah, you have a record of assault twice. And it's like, and for me, when that happened, it's not, I don't know. It's like, okay, is he bringing up blackmail? Like, is that his way of saying, don't question my methods? And it's like, bro, just say you're not doing it. Or just, I don't know. Some characters are very like, I'm not a fan. What is this? But at the same time, he gives Angela the music that he composed and tells her to memorize it, because they go to this fund. What is it? I'm sorry. Like, it's they go to like the emperor of the hedge fund named Schwartz, or Mr. Schwartz. It's vague because they mention it, but they don't expand on exactly what the hedge fund is. Apparently, Tao used to work for him, as we find out in a little bit. Angela goes in, and Tao's like, "Hey, I need 12 million for this kid over here," and of course, Angela's like, "Since when are we doing 12 million as an investment for me? What?" I don't know. Like, Tao just keeps everybody in the dark and just straight up goes, "Yeah, I need this much money for this." And Angela does prove that she's, worth it by singing a sample of the song that she was memorizing on the way. And, we learn that, she's willing to be a puppet. And Tao mentions like this guerrilla tactic of advertising, and not direct advertisement, but kind of like sneaky through, what people watch or what they listen to, stuff like that, so they can get used to her voice and she becomes a megastar. He knows what's going on. And honestly, for me, it's like, this is some insidious stuff we're going to see later on. Not in this first half of what is shown on Netflix. I believe it'll come up in the second half. So I've yet to reach that. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. Neither does Dahlia nor Angela, but I don't think Angela cares at that point. She's going to be a star. So we go back to our two lovely protagonists, and they are preparing a new song, and they get it ready on time for their performance. And Tuesday shows a little nervousness, and Carol helps her calm down, and they both they perform for an audience about 10 people, which, isn't much, but honestly is a good start, and they're all listening to their music. They're all listening to the girls perform, and they do a wonderful job, of course, and at that time during their performance, Spencer shows up, but he doesn't make his appearance known. He kind of stands in the back and just watches them perform, and he kind of, he leaves. He doesn't make a huge deal out of anything. He doesn't draw attention to himself. He just quietly listens. He sees his baby sister performing, and you kind of see like this little expression of pride. And he leaves. He's like, no, she's doing what she loves to do. I'm just gonna say I never found her, right? Which is awesome on his part. Great big bro. Love it. So this episode progresses a little bit. We get to see a little bit more of Angela and her mom and Tao, which, to be honest, I kind of like that aspect a little bit more because I'm really interested to learn more about Angela's development into becoming a pop star or, a singing sensation, what have you, and more about her past with apparently her violent mom. There's a little bit more that goes into it. And I also want to learn more about Tao. He's really interesting, if not suspicious, but that's something we'll have to wait for and see what more happens with these lovely characters. Again, my critique is I really wish they took the grassroots approach from the beginning. Yes, what they're doing now does allow for a lot of hijinks and hilarity and, mistakes being made, so on and so forth, but I really I'm more of a slow burn kind of person. It feels like that they're going too quickly, and I know that in the next episode that there's like this big push for them to really, really perform when they're not really ready. I mean, I understand that risks are always being made in any industry, really. If you really want to be noticed, if you really want to progress, if you really want to push forward, you got to take the risks very seriously and, sometimes go for it. But at the same time, I feel like you can learn more about the characters through, them building up their kind of immunity to stage fright, to performing in front of an audience. Start off with an audience of 10, then it can grow to 15 or 20, then 30, then sometimes, okay, after that, I think you guys are ready for the big stage. They have Gus, pushing, big X, big X, big X. You get noticed right away. And it's like, I don't know what the hurry is. I don't know exactly what the hurry is. Like, I get it. It's 20 some odd episodes long. Fine. Like 20 to 26 episodes? 26 episodes, sorry. If I'm wrong, correct me. But it's like you could still do a lot with a slow burn. Like for me, it's going too fast. Like, Gus is a guy of, experience in the music industry. You would think he would know that, but I don't know. I guess with how things are so fast and, quick to be done in the future with AI technology and, different methods of getting yourself out there and, I guess it's kind of the norm to really, put yourself out there or doing things rapidly so people can get people's quick attention all the time. So, but that's just me. That's what I think. So, again, the episode was pretty enjoyable. We get to learn more about different characters, and the plot does move along reasonably. So, thank you for joining me. I'm once again Paolina of the Afro Anime Initiative. Please hit like, share this video, and subscribe. Interact with us on any of our social media here in the comment section as well. If you have any, thoughts, or if there are any Easter eggs that you've noticed, because honestly I'm terrible at finding Easter eggs. I really am. Point them out and we'll talk. Thank you so much. Take care.